do that. But unlike her, I cannot be bought and I cannot be controlled. I have no interest in that. My only loyalty is to you, the people. And you know that. Well, I could have had such a nice, easy life. I could be at a nice place right now, relaxing, watching the waves break in. But I'd rather be right here in Harrisburg with you. People that built our country. You're the people that built our country. I mean, some people don't like saying that, but you are indeed the people that built the country. We have, no matter where we
You
go.
see, this is one of the main reasons as to why I believe that people, especially people in the middle, should lean more towards Donald Trump as opposed to Kamala Harris, because, like the guy or not, it's a fact that Donald Trump cannot be bought and controlled in the way that Kamala Harris will be. You see, Kamala Harris will be another Joe Biden, another fake president puppet that is being controlled by the shadow government behind the scenes and being controlled by all of these big corporations and mega donors and what have you. Whereas Trump, I mean, all of these big organizations that you can think of, all of the people who are pulling the strings behind the scenes, they all hate Trump. You know, we know for a fact that a lot of them have been directly coming at Trump for years. So, you know, Trump doesn't even have as many buyers out there on the market, even if he was someone that would, you know, sell himself and sell America to the highest bidder. But Trump has proven that he is not about that. Trump has proven to me that he is not a complete sellout when it comes to America. Whereas Kamala is the exact opposite. And, you know, like I said, you know, people either love the guy or hate the guy. You can't deny that he doesn't have to be doing this. He doesn't have to be running for president. And look at everything they've thrown at the guy. They're dragging him through the legal system, which, by the way, what stopped them from doing this before he was president? You know, regardless of how you feel about Trump's legal situations, ask yourself that question. So if you believe Trump is guilty or was guilty of all of these things that he's accused of, at the very least, you have to acknowledge that the system was fine with him getting away with all of this until he became president and was going against the establishment. You know, so I mean, either way you look at it, I feel like it really paints a vivid picture, and it's a picture that a lot of people want to look away from. But if you just see things for what they really are, I mean, it's apparent that Trump doesn't have to be doing this. And if I was Trump and they drug me through the mud and almost blew my face off on live television, I honestly don't know if I would be doing the same thing that he's doing right now. You know, because I can't put myself in his shoes. But as much as they drag Trump, you know, they've been doing a 360 or a 180 really on Kamala Harris. Because there's never been enthusiasm behind Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has never been really popular. She hasn't even been popular as vice president. She's been MIA, missing in action for years, but now the media is generating some of the fakest, most phony hype I have ever seen. Nothing about what's going on, you know, behind Kamala Harris right now, nothing is genuine. All of this, you know, manufactured hype and excitement, it's not genuine. And you can tell genuine enthusiasm when you see it. And Donald Trump has a lot of enthusiastic supporters. Kamala Harris really doesn't. But they're trying to pretend that she does. And they're trying to reshape her like the chameleon she is. They're trying to reshape her, as I've said before, into the politician that they want her to be. Not the politician that she actually is. Meanwhile, Trump is still presenting himself as Trump. But let's listen to more of what Trump has to say, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Incredible people. After lying to the country for years about Joe Biden's mental and physical condition, Kamala is now being given a personality makeover. Don't forget, 4 weeks ago, she was like considered the worst. Not smart, terrible, the worst vice president in history. He's the worst president we've ever had. But they were considered terrible. And all of a sudden, she's the new Margaret Thatcher. That happened, right? The great Margaret Thatcher. No, I don't think so. But you're gonna learn little things like defund the police. That doesn't work, does it, huh? You're gonna learn. Because everything about Kamala Harris rollout, it's phony and it's fake. Did you see when President Obama and Michelle called? Did you see? Hello? Hello? Yes. Yes. Who is this? Oh, this is Michelle and Barack. Oh. So surprised to hear. They got 4 cameras in front. Oh, I'm so surprised. It's on speakerphone. Listen, we just want to congratulate you on destroying Joe Biden. I mean, on winning the... Hey, is Joe Biden gonna... Was that the phoniest phone call you've ever seen? How do you think, Dan? What do you think? Dan Muser, great congressman. What do you think? Was that a phony phone call? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't get away. In your district, you wouldn't get away with it, would you? But she's a defund the police radical trying to pass herself off as a tough on crime prosecutor. She wasn't tough on crime. She's only tough on guys like me because they want to go after their political opponents. And we won the big case in Florida. Did you see? We won it.
Trump nailed it perfectly, and this is something I've been calling out for over a week now. You know, especially over on Twitter, or X. Go follow me over on X if you haven't already. But as I was saying, there's nothing genuine behind this all of a sudden interest around Kamala. Because if Kamala really had a big fan base, and if people really were excited and enthusiastic about Kamala, then we would have seen that. You know, we would have experienced that undeniable, that undeniable hype, that undeniable love that, the American public had for Kamala. But it's been non-existent and hasn't been there at all. She's really been the butt of all jokes. Even within her own party, they know that she's not popular. And I'm telling you right now, she is not who they really wanted the nominee to be. Which is another reason why it took so long for them to get Joe Biden out of the way. Because in all reality, they were trying to explore whatever avenue they could, so they could get Kamala Harris out the way too. But they realized how hypocritical that would make them look, that would go against all of their talking points about diversity, equity, inclusion. How could you push this black woman to the side? It's rightfully her turn. If she's vice president, she's up next. How could you push her to the side for someone else? But that's what they wanted to do. But after going over it and after waiting until the very last minute, they understood, hey, that's not the move. It's going to make us look bad. So they went ahead and rode with Kamala, and they got the whole entire media in on it. And they've been going to the record labels, paying the record labels, so rappers and, other musicians, entertainers, and of course, they got athletes in their pocket as well. They've been paying these entertainment agencies to have these prominent people, these popular people, endorse Kamala Harris all of a sudden. And it's funny because you haven't seen any of these singers or entertainers talking about Kamala Harris for the last 4 years, but all of a sudden they're the biggest fan of Kamala, and they just love them some Kamala. It's just all fake. It's all phony. It's so easy to see. And I mean, all politics aside, it honestly hurts me to my heart seeing people so easily fooled by this. Seeing people who I know you didn't give a damn about Kamala yesterday, but all of a sudden you're so in for Kamala because this rapper or this athlete or this person told you to be. And it's just like reality is reshaped right in front of our face. But that's how these people operate. And the people they pander to, you know, they're low IQ individuals that go right along with this nonsense. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.